Good morning. Good morning. Hello, good morning. Nice to be here again on a Tuesday morning. Um, if you have a bolster, that would be great if you'd like to grab that for a couple of poses, but not essential. Or you can even use a pillow or a couple of cushions. Or even a rolled up blanket, but that is optional. And you can choose this morning whether you'd like to sit or lie down for the first part of the practice. So just take these first few moments to decide how you'd like to commence your practice. And then if you feel comfortable, just close the eyes. And I thought we might actually work with a few rounds of cannon breath to begin. So if you're not familiar with the cannon breath, it's where we take little sips of air as we're breathing in. And then as we exhale, we let the breath come rushing out through the mouth. So like a cannon going off. So if you'd like to join me, we'll do a few rounds of this. So we'll exhale all breath to begin. And then we breathe in just a little bit, and then we pause. And then we inhale a little bit more, we pause. Inhale a little bit more, pause. And then let the breath come rushing out through the mouth. So we breathe in a little bit, and then we pause. Inhale a little bit more and pause. Inhale, completely filling the lungs, and pause. And then let the breath come rushing out through the mouth. So just do one or two more of these. And then just relax the breath. And just turning your attention now to the breath as it enters and leaves the body through the nostrils. So focusing all of your attention now on the breath. Seeing if we can develop a more intimate relationship with the breath. Remembering that the breath is our constant companion. So it's good to make friends with our breath. Aware of each breath arising and each breath passing away. So nothing else but the breath. That can sound very simple, but it can actually be quite challenging with our monkey minds. So whenever we notice that we've become distracted, we've started thinking, we're in our heads, that's okay, that's quite normal. We just gently guide the awareness back to the breath again and again. So just allowing everything time to quieten down, to settle, slow down. And then I invite you to drop your awareness down to your heart and begin to send the breath down to your heart. So what's the first thing you notice as the breath comes into the heart? What do you feel? Notice if the heart is feeling light and soft this morning, or perhaps a little heavy, a little dull. Perhaps there's a sense of holding or tightening or gripping. Perhaps the heart is feeling quite open and spacious. So no judgment, just noticing what you notice, and perhaps saying to yourselves a few times, how human of me. How human of me. There might be some grief or sadness or despair. There might be tension. There might be some frustration or anger. How human of me. Can you begin to awaken a greater sense of kindness towards yourself? You might even like to rest a hand over the heart. And if you are feeling some grief or some anger or despair, some sadness, you might like to say to yourself a few times, this is a moment of suffering. Suffering is a part of life. May I be kind to myself in this moment. May I give myself all the compassion I need. So this is a moment of suffering. Suffering is a part of life. May I be kind to myself in this moment. May I give myself all the compassion I need. So begin to sense the possibility of responding to the suffering from the most loving and wise part of yourself. Calling on your wisdom, your love, and exploring what it means to really let in love, let in healing. So in our practice together this morning, we are focusing on loving kindness, and we always begin at home with ourselves before extending that love and care and compassion out to others. It's also good to remember the important sentiments from the Buddhist teacher Tara Brach, who says that if we have great self-aversion or have experienced a lot of trauma, to make loving kindness our primary practice. So we're going to begin in a moment to move and stretch, and we're going to, towards the end of the practice, work with a loving kindness meditation for about 10 or so minutes. So if you're lying down, I invite you now to just have a little bit of a wriggle and a stretch, and then you can draw the knees in towards the chest and just rock from side to side, and then you can roll over to one side and come up to sit. And we're going to begin now with the chant of Om. And I thought we'd do 5 rounds as we did last week, those of you who were with me then. So with an arm movement. So you can chant out loud or silently to yourself. So we're sitting with a nice tall spine, shoulders relaxed, skin of the face soft. Our arms are just resting lightly by our sides. So let's exhale all breath. And then breathing in as we sweep the arms up overhead, bringing the palms together, and then chanting the arms down. Oh. So 4 more. Oh. Let's keep going. Oh. Oh. And last one. Oh. Just resting the hands now at the heart space. You might like to sigh the breath away. And then we're going to start to rub the palms. Rub, rub, rub until the hands feel nice and hot. Good. And then you might like to clap the hands together. Rub a little bit more. And we're going to, in a moment, work with the 5-step self-holding practice, which is a beautiful, calming, nurturing practice, great for calming, particularly the nervous system, used for PTSD. So we're going to place the hands on 5 different parts of the body, beginning with the sides of the head. So hands are on the sides of the head, the eyes can be open or closed. And we just take 3 slow, quiet breaths here. Just allow the touch to be very gentle, very tender, very loving as you just hold the sides of your head here. Good. And then when you finish the 3 breaths, we move to the second area. So one hand is onto the forehead, the other hand is onto the back of the head. And again, we have 3 quiet, gentle breaths here. Good. And then the third area, so one hand stays on the forehead, the other hand comes to the heart center. 3 breaths here. And then we drop the hand that's on the forehead to the belly. 3 breaths. Good. And then finally, we keep one hand on the belly, and then the top hand goes back to the back of the head, and 3 breaths. And gently release the hands. Let's have a gentle stretch forward. So whether you're sitting cross-legged or kneeling or legs stretched out in front, just gently bowing the head forward, exhaling the breath, softening your shoulders, softening the upper back. Good. And then let's slowly come up to sit. I'm just coming back to meet you on my mat. And I thought we'd just have a little go at stretching the tricep muscle. So just sitting in any comfortable position. We're going to raise the left arm up above the head, bend the arm, and then either taking the right fingers to the elbow, or if you can, you get a monkey grip behind the body. Now we want to watch that we're not doing this and dropping the head and sort of concaving the chest. So we try to keep the chin parallel to the floor. The heart is open. If you've got a monkey grip, we try to keep the shoulders square and watch that we're not dropping this right shoulder. So we want to try and keep the shoulders level. And if the hand is up here, we're trying to keep that chest open, the face relaxed, make sure we're not clenching the teeth, and connecting with our breath. So allowing each breath to arise, each breath to pass away. So keep returning to the breath again and again, especially if the mind is a little jumpy this morning, a little distracted, trying to pull your attention away from the present moment. We've got to work hard to keep reining it in, bringing the attention back again and again to the here and now. Good. Okay, let's gently release the arms. You might like to give them a little bit of a shake, and then we'll try the other side. So breathing in, raise the right arm. Exhale, bend. So either fingers to the elbow, or if you can, taking a monkey grip behind the body. And again, if so, we want to try and keep the shoulders square, not dropping this left shoulder. Heart is open, the chin parallel to the floor. Perhaps a gentle smile on the lips, and allowing the breath to flow. Good. And gently release. Give the arms a shake. So let's come into extended child, clearing everything off the mat. Big toes touching, arms extending forward. Good. And then sending the breath into the back of the body, the back of the lungs. Aware of the back of your heart center, this important energy center, Anahata chakra. Breathing into that space. All right, let's start to add a little bit of movement here. So on the next inhalation, we come up onto all fours into cat, letting the heart lead, and then we round the back and exhale back into child. So breathing in, coming up onto all fours, heart leads, face is soft, rounding the back and sink into child. You will know this really well, so you can work at your own pace. Long, smooth inhalation, rounding the back. Long, smooth exhalation. Rounding the back and exhale back. Let's do a few more. Now, the next time we lift up into cat, just stay there as you exhale. Bring the knees together and let's just see if we can lift our shins off the floor. So a little bit of core, abdominal core work here. So we're holding, and then you can just drop the lower legs down when you need to. So we'll try this a few times. If this is a bit strong for you this morning, just drop back into extended child at this point. Otherwise, lifting up, holding. You might also apply Mula Bandha, our abdominal or our perineal lock here, squeezing the pelvic floor, and then just lower and relax. So perhaps a couple more, lifting the shins, pressing down into the tops of the feet, the palms of the hands, holding, squeezing Mula Bandha, and lower. And perhaps one more. Good. And when you've had enough, just lowering down into extended child and take a resting breath or two. Good. So let's come up onto all fours once again. Have the knees hip width apart. We'll work with a variation of cat where we make sort of sideways circles. So we're going to come over to one side and then we crouch down low. We come over to the other side and then push the back up towards the sky. So come over to the side, crouch down low, to the other side and push the back up. To the side, crouch down low, to the other side, push the back up. Couple more. Good, and then reverse directions. Couple more. Good, and again, just drop back into extended child and breathe. Now, I thought we'd do a little bit of a shoulder opener, a little bit of a a movement to loosen up the upper back. So we're in extended child. We're going to slide the right arm under the left arm. So you can have a look if you're not quite sure. And then as we breathe in, we're going to turn to the right and extend that right arm up. As we exhale, we slide it under the left arm. So breathing in, we take that right arm to the right, we look up, and breathing out, we slide it under the left arm. So let's do a few more. Inhale and exhale. And last one. Good. And then extend the right arm forward and we'll try the other side. So left arm slides under the right arm. And then we inhale, we raise it up to the left, looking up to the left. Exhale, scoop it under the right arm. So breathing in, raise it up, look up, and breathing out, slide it under the right arm. 3 more. Good. And then we come back into extended child. You might actually this time like to make fists with the hands and just rest your forehead on your fists. Now you're welcome to stay here just for a few more breaths, or those of you who'd like something a little bit stronger this morning, I thought we could try some yogi push-ups. So we come up onto all fours, the knees can be together, hands are shoulder width apart. And as we exhale, we're going to try to lower the front of the body down towards the floor, squeezing the elbows in, and then inhale, push up. So exhale, we lower down. Inhale, push up. So perhaps up to 3 more of these. Pushing up, or just resting in child. And 1 more. Good. And then back, we all meet back in extended child. All right. So from here, let's work with another little flowing sequence, moving from child through into a low cobra and then back into child. And then after we've done perhaps about 5 of these, we'll stay forward in just a gentle back bend. So we're looking along the mat, and as we inhale, we're coming forward, staying down as low as we can to the mat. Squeeze the elbows in as we lift, bend the legs, and push back. So looking along the mat, coming down, down, down. Squeeze the elbows in, lifting up, bend the legs, and push back. So let's try a few more. Inhale, bend the legs, push back. Good. And then from here, let's come forward, and this time we'll keep the forearms down and come into Sphinx. So a nice gentle back bend. Feet are hip width or even a little bit wider apart this morning if that's better for your lower back. So we're pressing into the forearms, the palms of the hands. Eyes can be open or closed. Now, we'll stay for about a minute or so, but if it becomes a little bit intense at any point, just know that you can come down, rest one hand on top of the other and your forehead or your chin on your hands. Otherwise, we're holding Sphinx, just relaxing the skin of the face. You might like to imagine that you are breathing in the fragrance of your favorite flower. Take that beautiful fragrance right to your heart center and let it exhale and just spread around your heart, massaging and nourishing, nurturing your heart. So breathing in the fragrance, the smell of your favorite flower. Take that fragrance to your heart. And on the exhalation, just allow that beautiful smell to fill your being, to flow out from your heart, filling the body from the crown of your head down to the tips of your toes. So a few more breaths here. Good. And if you're still up, let's slowly lower down. Bring the hands back alongside the chest. Inhale, lift up, bend the legs, and come back into your favorite version of child. If the lower back's feeling quite tender, you might make fists with the hands and just give the lower back a little bit of a rub. Good. All right. Let's extend the arms forward, preparing to lift up into elephant pose. So your little fingers are touching the outer edges of the mat. Your little toes are touching the outer edges of the mat. When you're ready, inhale, lift your knees, lift your hips, and find yourself in this beautiful shape. The elephant pose, letting the head hang down, the trunk of your elephant. You might like to blow the breath out through the mouth. So just allowing your elephant to come alive. This beautiful, grounded, solid, stable animal on the earth. I'm going to stay for a few more breaths, but please know that you can always come down and rest. If you're a bit low in energy, you're not feeling 100%, you can always visualize the poses as well that you can't do on a physical level. Good. And then let's slowly come down and find our way back into child just for a couple of breaths. Just noticing what's going on inside, how you're feeling. Again, without any need to attach a judgment or a commentary or a story to how you're feeling. Perhaps saying to yourselves, how human of me. How human of me. And gently come up. So I thought we'd go through some kneeling salutes this morning with adding a couple of extra poses as we go along. So you can either start down on a low kneel or up high if that's better for your knees, your body. So nice tall spine, just relaxing your shoulders. Exhale all breath. And then as we breathe in, we come up, raising the arms up, perhaps looking up. And as we exhale, we come into extended child. Inhale, cat, tuck the toes, down, face dog pose. Let's hold dog for one breath. And then lowering the knees. And back into extended child. Now from here, we're going to come to lie down on the floor with the palms above the head and rest for a breath. Taking the arms and legs wide apart and inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Hands back alongside the chest, elbows tucked in. Breathe in, lift up and push back. Inhale, come up. Palms together. Exhale. So let's do 4 more of these. Breathe in. And breathe out. Inhale, let the heart lead, tuck your toes. Down, face dog pose. We'll pause for a breath. Lowering the knees into child. Now coming to lie down, palms together above the head and rest for a breath. Arms and legs wide. Inhale, lift. And lower, hands in alongside your chest. Inhale, lift up, bend the legs and push back. Inhale, come up. And exhale. So let's keep going. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, cat, tuck your toes, down face dog pose. Pausing here for a breath. Lowering the knees into child. Coming to lie down, palms together and rest for a breath. Arms and legs wide and lift. Lower, hands in alongside the chest. Breathe in and push back. Inhale, come up. And exhale. So 2 more. Inhale, cat. Down, face dog pose. Again, we hold for a breath. Lowering the knees to child. Coming to lie down, palms together and rest for a breath. Arms and legs wide and lift. And lower, hands in alongside the chest. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. So last one without my voice. When you finish, just resting the hands at the heart space. So either in a low kneel or up high. Shoulders relaxed, skin of the face soft. You might sigh the breath away. Good. And then gently release. And we're just going to tap lightly over the heart space. So just using fingertips this morning, just a gentle tapping. Might go out towards the armpits. Good. And then we'll just slow that down, and just with one hand, making some circles over your heart center. So just in a clockwise direction. And then we'll just rest the hand over the heart. And again, either imagining now that you're breathing in the fragrance of your favorite flower and taking that beautiful smell to your heart and allowing it to spread as you exhale, or just imagining that you're breathing in some sense of love, inhaling love, as though breath is a stream of loving energy, breathing in that energy and allowing love to spread through your entire being. Good. And then very gently release. And we're going to take our time to come up to stand. We're going to start our standing postures with circle of joy. We haven't done this for a while. So we come into Tadasana, feet hip width, spread the toes, bringing the hands into prayer position at the heart space. And we're going to add a couple of extra poses to this sequence as well this morning. So let's exhale all breath. And then as we inhale, we're going to interlace the fingers and raise the elbows. As we exhale, we round the back. Inhale, stretching the arms up. And as we exhale, we're going to lean over to the left side. And then we breathe ourselves back to center and over to the right side. Inhale back to center. Exhale, let your arms float down, interlacing the fingers behind. Breathe in, squeeze the palms together, pull the arms down, and as you breathe out, lift your arms. Inhale, bring the palms back to touch. And exhale. So bring the opposite index finger in front this time. Raise the arms up. And leaning over to the left. Back to center. Over to the right. Back to center. Let the arms float down. Interlace the fingers. Breathe into the heart and lift your arms up. Inhale. Exhale. So I'm going to do 3 more. Raise the arms up. Over to the left. Back to center. To the right. Back to center. Let the arms float down. We're going to add a forward bend now. So breathe into the heart. And as we exhale, we're coming forward. So legs can be bent or straight here. And we'll just stay here for 1 breath in Uttanasana, or a variation of Uttanasana. And then inhale, come all the way up. Bring your palms to touch. And back to the heart. So 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Raise the arms up. Over to the left. Back to center. To the right. Back to center. Let the arms float down. Opposite index finger in front. Breathe in and into our forward fold. Staying for a breath. And coming up. Exhale. So last one. Over to the left. Back to center. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. And coming forward and stay for a breath. Coming up. And back to the heart. And let's take a breath. And release. All right, another movement for our opening up our shoulders and our heart and our lungs. So we're still standing in Tadasana, palms are facing forward. As we breathe in through the nose, we're sweeping the arms up, grounding down through the feet, and then blowing the breath out through the mouth. So inhale through the nose and blowing the breath out through the mouth. Good. Go at your own pace with this one. Inhaling and exhaling through the mouth. Let's do 2 more. And release. Little bend in the legs. We're going to go straight into some bouncing. So letting the arms be floppy and loose. Perhaps blowing the breath out through the mouth. Perhaps swaying a little bit from side to side. So imagining that anything heavy that you have been carrying lately, any challenging emotions, anything that might be weighing on your heart, heavy on your heart, you might like to imagine that energy, those emotions, those thoughts and feelings draining down through the body, through the legs, letting it go into the earth beneath you. If you do find this morning that the mind is very active, very distracted, and it's hard to stay in the present moment, just let the stuff in the head drain down through the body into the earth. Good. And then just slowing that down. We'll go straight into 3 stale air removers. So taking the legs a little wider apart, and we'll take a deep breath in, raise the arms up overhead, and then let the breath come rushing out through the mouth. So 2 more of these. Inhale, stretching up and letting it all go as you exhale. And last one, inhale. Let it all go. Just staying forward, legs bent or straight. You might like to just bounce over to one leg, one foot, just gentle little bounces. And then over to the other side. And back to center. And slowly and safely coming all the way up. Lift your shoulders up towards your ears and roll the shoulders down the back. Let's do a few of those. Roll the shoulders forward, up and back. Forward, up and back. Last one. Good. And release. All right, let's come to the backs of our mats and step the right leg forward. I'm going to come into Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. So we'll start off with the hands on the hips. Feel that our hips are level with each other. And then just release the arms by your side. Exhaling all breath. And then as we breathe in, we're going to raise the arms above the head. Palms can be shoulder width apart or together, if that's okay for your shoulders. And then as we exhale, just bending that right leg. So we're just holding Warrior 1 this morning. If this is a bit much with your arms above the head, you can always have the hands on your hips. We're looking straight ahead this morning. We're pushing back into the outer edge of the left foot. And breathing into the heart. Focusing on being a warrior of love on this planet. Living with an open heart. And able to share our love, our light with the world that so desperately needs that energy at the moment. Good. And then inhale, straighten the right leg. Exhale, release the arms. Step that front leg back. And let's step the left leg forward. So square off your hips, arms by your side. Inhale, raise the arms above your head. And exhale, bend the left leg. Just try to relax your shoulders a little bit, pushing back into the outer edge of the right foot. Breathe into your heart as though there's an invisible cord connected to the sternum bone, lifting you up towards the heavens from your heart center. Open heart. Connecting with our courage, our brave heart. Willing to, courageous enough to keep our hearts open despite the challenges within and without. Good. And then inhale, straighten the left leg. Exhale, release your arms. Step that back leg back again. The legs a bit of a shake. And we'll just have a go at warrior two and dancing warrior. So legs wide again. Turn the left toes around. Right toes in. Let's breathe our arms out to shoulder height. Turn to the left. Exhale, bend the left leg. So the arms are in a straight line, or we might be resting the hands on the hips. We're gazing along the left middle finger, dropping the shoulders, and breathing. Good. And then inhale, turn that left palm up. Exhale, dancing warrior. Inhale back into warrior two. And exhale, release the arms. Turn the legs around. Inhale, raise the arms, turn to the right. And exhale, bend the right leg. So again, the arms are in a straight line or might be resting on your hips. We're gazing along the right middle finger. Perhaps a gentle smile on the lips. And breath is flowing. Inhale, turn the right palm up. Exhale, dancing warrior. Good. Inhale back into warrior two. And exhale. Release the legs. And let's grab our bolsters or our cushions and just come into, don't worry if you don't have a bolster, you can just do child pose just for a few breaths. So if you have got one, just coming over the bolster, head to the side, sending the breath down into the lower back. And then either choosing to stay in supported child, or I thought we might have a go at supported fish, Matsayasana, this morning. So if you'd like to, just come up, take the bolster behind you across the mat. Any neck issues, give yourself a little bit of support under the back of the head as well. Either leg straight, or some of you might like to be in Supta Baddha Konasana as well. So soles of the feet together. So the bolster's under the upper back. Arms can be down alongside you or overhead if you've got the if that's available to you this morning. Eyes can be open or closed. We'll just stay here for a few minutes this morning. So just allowing the body to completely let go here. Your awareness is at the heart center once again. Perhaps imagining that you are once more inhaling the fragrance of your favorite flower, allowing this fragrance to flood your heart. And as you exhale, spread outward from this point, filling your whole being. Or if you prefer, just imagining that you are breathing in a stream of love energy, or a light, a colored light that symbolizes love to you, perhaps a rose pink light. Allowing this energy, this light to fill your being. If you're in supported fish, just allowing the upper back to just soften down into the support of the bolster. Noticing, feeling the gentleness of your heart energy. Acknowledging that this heart center is the part of you where compassion, kindness, and care for your own struggle, as well as the struggle of others, resides. Can you feel or connect with the love that is there for you, the compassion that is there for you and there for others? It's important to remember that when we are in fight or flight, when the sympathetic nervous system is activated, we lose the ability to experience compassion for ourselves and others. Just another minute here. And now if you're in supported fish, over the next breath or two, preparing to release from this position by rolling carefully to one side. And you can either choose to lie down and just bring the knees into the chest and rock from side to side, or come to sit up and do a little counter pose, a forward fold. So it might be cross-legged or Paschimottanasana. You might have the bolster there in front of you, and you might be able to rest the head down on something, even if you make fists with the hands. So just a gentle counter pose to that back bend. In a moment, we're going to come into our meditations, and I'll just invite you to decide whether you'd like to sit or lie down and go straight into just a short Shavasana. But it will be for probably about 10 minutes, this loving kindness practice. And it's going to be based on Sutra 1.33 of the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. In this sutra, it suggests that all relationships fall into one of 4 categories. And the view is that it doesn't matter how good our yoga poses are, how flexible or strong we are, if we are unkind, if we cut people off in traffic, then all of those attainments mean nothing, really. So it's really important to work on our relationships with ourselves and with others. So either coming now to sit in a comfortable seated position or lie down, and I'm going to come up closer to you and begin just by sharing this sutra with you. Sutra 1.33. Finding a nice tall spine if you're seated. I apologise this morning if we go over time a little bit, and I understand if you need to leave on time. So Sutra 1.33, Maitri Karuna Mudita Upekshanam Sukha Dukkha Punya Apunya Visayanam Bhavanata Chitta Prasadanam. That can be translated as, in relationships, the mind becomes purified by cultivating feelings of friendliness towards those who are happy, compassion for those who are suffering, celebration and goodwill towards those who are virtuous or doing well in life, and indifference or neutrality towards those we perceive as evil or imperfect. So let's begin, as we always do, with loving kindness by focusing in on our own heart. So your eyes are closed or just with a soft downward glance. As you send the breath down to your own heart, and perhaps repeat your name to yourself a few times. And then begin to say to yourself, may I be happy. May I be healthy. May I ride the waves of my life. May I live in peace, no matter what I am given. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I ride the waves of my life. May I live in peace, no matter what I am given. Embracing yourself with these gentle words of healing. Now I invite you to call to mind a person you know who is very friendly and loving, visualizing this person's face. And if it helps make the practice more real for you, say their name a few times, allowing feelings of friendliness and love towards this person to grow as you begin to whisper to them, may you be happy. May you be healthy. May you ride the waves of your life. May you live in peace no matter what you are given. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you ride the waves of your life. May you live in peace no matter what you are given. So what you want for yourself, you also wish for this person. As the memory of this person fades, you concentrate once again on the space within your own heart, allowing your attention to expand once more as you bring to mind some person you know who is not feeling well, perhaps a friend or family member who is ill or sick or in pain. Intentionally allowing feelings of compassion to arise. You might visualize their face, say their name a few times, and then begin to whisper to them, may you be happy. May you be healthy. May you ride the waves of your life. May you live in peace, no matter what you are given. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you ride the waves of your life. May you live in peace, no matter what you are given. And then returning once more to your own heart, feeling and sensing love in your own heart. This time taking a moment to recall a person who is virtuous or benevolent, someone who you see as doing something really good and positive and helpful in the world, someone you admire, feeling happy for them, allowing yourself to cultivate feelings of joy and delight for this person, perhaps visualizing their face and repeating their name a few times. Now begin to whisper to them, may you be happy. May you be healthy. May you ride the waves of your life. May you live in peace no matter what you are given. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you ride the waves of your life. May you live in peace no matter what you are given. And then once more, returning to your own heart. Finally, calling to mind some person whom you dislike or someone who has harmed you, perhaps not the most challenging person, and we're not wanting to approve of their behavior, but working with this process in order to help clear and stabilize our own minds. You might visualize their face, say their name, and then begin to whisper to them, may you be happy. May you be healthy. May you ride the waves of your life. May you live in peace, no matter what you are given. If the person is just too difficult for you to send these prayers to, direct the loving kindness back to yourself, because in this moment, you are the one who is suffering. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you ride the waves of your life. May you live in peace, no matter what you are given. And then gently returning to your own heart. Let your attention rest here now, softly, quietly. We'll rest now for just a few minutes. You can either stay seated or come to lie down if you prefer. Perhaps sighing the breath away. Allowing the whole body to settle. Your whole body feeling heavy and warm on the floor. Offering your whole self to Mother Earth. The ground reaching up to hold you, support you. Noticing or imagining now that your mind is a very steady, stable mind. Like the mind of a great meditation master or wise, holy being. feel free to stay resting if you're happy here and you have the time. Otherwise, just start now to deepen the breath. Bring a little bit of movement into your fingers and toes. You might like to rest a hand over your heart. Just checking in with yourself. Noticing what you notice without judgment. If it helps, you can say those words to yourself. How human of me. How human of me. If you'd like to, rolling over and gently coming up to sit. And we'll just close with one Om this morning. If you'd like to join with me, bring your arms out to the side. Exhale all breath. Breathing in, let's stretch the arms up overhead. Chanting the arms down. Oh. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for joining with me this morning. Lots of love to you all. Hope you enjoy the rest of the day and see you again soon. Bye.